Welcome to Spritem for the 9th round of the AF1 Championship here in 2021. We are here at this 14-turn, 3.3-mile track for a 57-lap race for the Spritem Grand Prix. We have two DRS zones at the front and back straights this time. I fixed the issue where the text didn't come up. Then Sector 1 looks tight and twisty, but looks can be deceiving as they are in the first sector. You can straight line through the S-bend, so when cars are side by side, it does get a bit iffy, but Sector 2, quite medium speed, nice chicane before the hairpin, it makes for challenging braking when turning. Sector 3 is very high speed with the medium speed final corner, speed traps at the fastest points on the racetrack. We have Mercedes, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari on the front two rows of the grid. Let's see how this race goes. Here we go then. 20 of the finest drivers in the world getting ready to start this 9th round of the championship. A lot is on the line here today. As we go, lights down, away we go. Verstappen gets a decent start and goes down the inside and straight into the lead. Ahead of Lewis Hamilton, down the inside goes Charles Leclerc. Lawrence has lost his front wing at the first corner. Bottas down the inside, a double overtake down the inside of Hamilton and Tsunoda and Leclerc. Verstappen very loose in the braking zone. Hamilton down the inside of Bottas for second. Now Bottas down the back straight is going to have a massive tow as they head down here, going into turn 40 at the final corner. Bottas round the outside, can't get the overlap, and Hamilton down the inside. The Ferrari's dueling as well. Excellent driving here at the start. So Verstappen gets a good start, points towards Hamilton. Actually, his start wasn't that good, but he just dives down the inside late on the brakes. In the background, you can see three-way between Perez and the two Hasses. Obviously, Perez starting last after his blowout in qualifying. Leclerc challenging Bottas for third place and almost got second there in the Ferrari. Tsunoda getting a good start down the inside of Sainz. That was pivotal for him. Norris hit the back, or I believe Pierre Gasly on the inside, and that's why he lost his front wing. He's now in last place. So there was no stoppage for that, so he's going to be way behind. He has a lot of work to do. There's Bottas down the inside of Hamilton and Leclerc. Hamilton pushing Leclerc up high, trying to defend. And then Bottas opportunistically dives down the inside into turn, I believe that's turn 6 there. Yes, it is, turn 6. And then Verstappen very loose down here at turn 10. And yeah, so a good save from him. Hamilton down the inside of Bottas with a nice move. Leclerc and Sainz side by side, so that's very scary for a lot of teammate battles at the start of this race. And as you can see, Bottas, he got decent drive off the corner as they head down the straight. Big run for Bottas, right behind Hamilton. Goes in the tow, goes to the outside of the track, manages to pull off a very nice overtake in the Mercedes. So the two Mercedes drivers dueling here. They have good pace, and from what we saw in practice, they should be very fast in the race in general. So we could see them battling perhaps for the lead with Max Verstappen, and maybe he won't pull away so easily this time. With Charles Leclerc and Sainz, you can see Leclerc down the inside of Sainz, making the move stick at the final corner. There we go. Then they have caught up to him now. Verstappen having to fend off Hamilton. Hamilton down the inside here, going through here, down through the S's. Maybe he can make a mistake. Hamilton goes wide. Bottas, that gives him a gap on the inside. And he goes into second. Here we go once again. Then Bottas round the outside of Verstappen. What an opportunistic move from the Mercedes driver. Maybe he can make the mistake. He still somehow managed to get through there. Another 3-1 for the lead. Hamilton on the outside line with a huge run here going here. Verstappen down the inside manages to fend off the Mercedes. Here we go, down the inside goes Leclerc now for 4th place on Tsunoda. Nice move from him. Here goes Gasly on the inside of his teammate now. Wheel to wheel through the chicane. That's a dangerous place to try and do that. Tsunoda dives down the inside and manages to get past his teammate. Here we go once again. Then here's Verstappen having to fend off from Bottas, who tries to go around the outside. Hamilton down the inside of his teammate now for second with a big toe down the back straight. Down the inside of Verstappen, pushing him wide, and Bottas takes the lead. Hamilton looking for the lead on Bottas. This is a crazy battle for the lead. We're only on lap 12 here. It's down the inside. Maybe can he go into turn 1 with a big toe from Giovinazzi as well, who's being lapped. And Hamilton takes the lead of the Spritem Grand Prix. Excellent driving from them. Hamilton got a double toe from Bottas and Giovinazzi. Bottas goes defensive on the inside, and also just to get past Giovinazzi, he was giving them space. Couldn't really go anywhere at that point. It was a bit too late to move to the inside. Hamilton then down the inside, very late on the brakes. Giovinazzi almost getting collected, and he has to literally steer straight, go straight through the first corner, allowing Verstappen to go fast as well. Here we go, Stroll pushing Norris wide maybe, and here he goes round the outside. Can Norris make the move stick on Stroll? Yes, he can at the final corner. Here we go once again. Oh, Perez round the outside of Fernando Alonso. Very beautiful move. Verstappen pitting on lap 28, trying to undercut the cars ahead of him. That makes sense from soft to hard tyres he goes. Bottas pits a lap later to fend him off from softs to mediums, which will give him more pace, as you'll see later will come in handy. Hamilton pits on lap 36, and well, on track, Bottas overtook Verstappen for the lead. Down the inside goes Norris into 10th place, into the points. Once again goes Lando Norris. Here we go then into the chicane. Perez trying to get past Sainz, and he does. Ranias almost hitting Sainz, trying to cut him off, trying to clear himself through that corner at the hairpin at turn 10. And here comes Perez now on the outside of Tsunoda. Round the outside he goes. Very nice move from Perez into 6th place. Battling for second. Hamilton has so much more pace in that Mercedes, and he's going to go for it down the inside now. He switches through at the chicane and down the inside at turn 10 of the hairpin. Going into turn 10, the Mercedes collide, they touch, and Hamilton lost it in the braking, so here's his teammate. Why is there a safety car? Big accident for the Haas cars. A terrible crash for the two of them. The race will end under safety cars. Oh, Mazepin hit his teammate in the DRS zone. I imagine he just got a massive run, tried to go high, clipped the rear right tyre of his teammate, who had head on into the wall. Hard hit for him there. And the Mazepin involved as well, clipping the rear of his car into the back of Schumacher and taking him out of the race in the process of taking out his teammate. That's a scary one there for those two. And, well, it's a shame for them. So, safety car will end the race, which will give the win to the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. 1-2 for the first time this season. There, what a great race. Bottas wins the Spritem Grand Prix. So, Bottas winning from third, Hamilton second with the fastest lap of the race, giving him extra points and giving him the championship lead as well, as you'll see later. Verstappen, Leclerc, Gasly, Perez, Tsunoda, Sainz, Norris, Ricciardo rounding out the top 10 there. Great drive from Perez, earned his drive of the day, 6th place for him. Alonso went down 2 places. Basically, everyone here went down a place at least, except for Ocon and Stroll, who stayed where they were the whole race. 2 retirements, obviously, the end of the race. It was a completely clean race, pretty much, excluding the Norris crash at the start, until the two Haas cars collided with 3 laps to go. For them, it was 5 laps to go. So leading the championship by 1 point is Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen in second, 127. Perez in third. Bottas fourth. Great job. He's just coming back into perhaps even the championship fight soon. Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly, Ricciardo, and Tsunoda running up the top 10 in the championship. Gasly has had some great form in the last couple of races. Alonso's on 35 points. He was on 38 last race. That's wrong. He was on 35 last race. Vettel in 31 points. Russell just behind that with Stroll, Ocon, and Raikkonen. Then we have Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Alpine, Williams, Alfa Romeo, and Haas still yet to score points. You're watching Arsenal AF1 2021 round 9, and I hope you enjoyed.